You do not use your children as pawns to get what you want. It's so wrong and disgusting. I don't even know. Harry is just a broken man, Dan. He is broken in a big way. And I feel sorry for those children. It's bad. It's really bad because it's playing out on the world stage. Everyone's watching what you do, and you're still acting like a spoiled brat. Get over yourself.
Prince Harry is still trying to negotiate with King Charles over a possible summer visit, but many critics see it very differently. They argue that instead of handling things privately, he keeps putting pressure on the situation in public, and that approach is creating even more tension. The frustration comes from the belief that family matters like this should stay behind closed doors, not become headline material through media reports and public commentary. The whole debate is heating up because Harry is expected to be in the UK next month. So far, there has been no confirmation from the Home Office about whether he will receive taxpayer-funded security, and there has also been no confirmation that King Charles plans to meet with him. Those unanswered questions continue to dominate the conversation and keep speculation running wild. At the centre of the dispute is a point Harry has repeated publicly, including in comments reported by the New York Post and Page 6. His position has been clear. If I don't get that, then I'm not going to come with the children. I'll come on my own.
Yeah, he has to, because it's just something that, Harry is at the end of the day is going to be the one regretting every decision. Once again, using your children as a prop, using them, to get what you want. And, the king can't really go in this back and forth with Harry about this because he's got work to do. He's got his health to focus on. Seeing your grandchildren should just be a natural thing. There should not be any negotiations around seeing your grandchildren. How absurd is that?
That statement has sparked plenty of reaction, with some observers believing it places additional pressure on both the government and the royal family. Others argue that King Charles may feel stuck in a difficult position because he may want a relationship with his grandchildren while also avoiding any involvement in government decisions. What many critics find most controversial is the public nature of the back and forth. They believe these issues should be handled through private conversations rather than media interviews and public messaging. In their view, every new public comment only makes a resolution harder to reach and pushes the situation further into the spotlight. Some even think the king may have decided to step away from the ongoing drama altogether, rather than continue dealing with a dispute that keeps playing out in public. The argument being made here is that the situation may not be as complicated as it is often presented.
And at the end of all of this, Dan, Harry is going to regret it so much because you do not use your children as pawns to get what you want. Make it about your children seeing their grandfather. Make it about them having the experience of knowing your father, the king, before, he passes on. That's what it should be about. Why is Harry making all these games around his children, trying to be this man that gets what he wants all the time?
Critics point out that if Prince Harry's main goal is for King Charles to spend time with his grandchildren, there could be ways to arrange that without turning it into a major public discussion or media spectacle. According to this view, a private visit could potentially be organized with very little attention from the press. Harry has frequently traveled by private jet in the past, and supporters of this argument believe that transportation would not necessarily be the biggest obstacle. They suggest that if reconnecting the family was truly the top priority, practical solutions could likely be found behind the scenes without endless public debate. Some commentators have even speculated that friends and supporters within Harry's circle might be willing to help if the purpose was a significant family reunion. For example, they argue that someone close to the family could potentially assist with travel arrangements if it meant helping facilitate a meeting between the king and his grandchildren.
And using your children to do it. It's so wrong and disgusting. I don't even know. Harry is just a broken man, Dan. He is broken in a big way. And I feel sorry for those children. I really do, because they're the ones who are going to be the ones losing out and not having these experiences while they're young, because that's when it's meaningful.
Whether that would actually happen is impossible to know, but the suggestion keeps popping up in these discussions. The proposed scenario is fairly straightforward. Harry could travel directly to Scotland, avoiding much of the public attention that follows him elsewhere. From there, security and transportation arrangements could potentially be coordinated for a visit to Balmoral. Supporters of this idea argue that such logistics are manageable and that a private family meeting would not necessarily require the kind of public battle that has dominated headlines recently. For critics, that is what makes the situation so controversial. They believe practical options may exist, yet the story continues to unfold in public, creating more headlines, more speculation, and even more royal drama with every new development. Supporters of this viewpoint argue that a private meeting could be arranged with strong security measures already in place. They believe a visit to Balmoral could provide a controlled and low-profile setting where King Charles could spend time with his grandchildren away from cameras, media attention, and public scrutiny.
Because when you get older, you reminisce about when you were young and when you did that. These children are not going to have that with their cousins, and it's all Harry and Meghan's fault. They're the reason. So they need to get a grip. It's bad. It's really bad because it's playing out on the world stage. Everyone's watching what you do, and you're still acting like a spoiled brat. Get over yourself.
In this scenario, there would be no need for photographs, public appearances, or major announcements, just a private family gathering. However, critics claim that the disagreement goes beyond a single summer visit. They argue that the larger issue is whether Harry can secure long-term guarantees regarding security arrangements in the UK. According to this perspective, the debate is not simply about one meeting with the king, but about establishing a framework that could apply to future visits as well. Those making this argument point to previous examples of Harry and Meghan travelling internationally under different security arrangements. They note that the couple has visited various countries and attended public events in different settings, leading some commentators to question whether security is truly the central obstacle being presented. In their view, security has become the most visible part of the dispute, while bigger questions about family relationships, royal responsibilities, and future expectations remain in the background.
Yeah, you know what? It makes sense, Dan. And I didn't think about this till just now because I know part of the issue as well is Meghan. She does not want Harry to bring the children without her. Like, she wants to go, but she doesn't really want to go to England, right? But Harry can't take the children without her. And I think this is why Harry wants to have this special security in place, because that is the bar that Meghan has made it where you can go with the children if we have this.
The critics' position is that a quiet visit could potentially happen without the public drama that has surrounded the issue. They suggest that a large private estate such as Balmoral could offer both privacy and protection throughout the stay. Because of that, they believe practical solutions may already exist if all parties were focused solely on arranging a family meeting. That is why the debate continues to spark strong reactions. Some see the security issue as the key concern, while others believe it has become part of a much larger royal standoff that keeps generating headlines, speculation, and fresh controversy every time the story resurfaces. Some commentators argue that if a family visit were the main objective, it would not need to be a lengthy trip or a nationwide tour. In their view, a short stay focused on private family time could be enough to achieve the goal without attracting major attention or creating another wave of headlines.
And unless we get this security, no children, especially not without her, right? She's making these demands. I think she's part of that because what you just laid out there makes complete sense. Why wouldn't it just would seem logical that he would bring the children under those circumstances, okay? I mean, goodness knows they've got things that we don't even know about, right? So why can't you do that? And I think a part of that element has to do with Meghan and what she is putting, as an obstacle in front of Harry.
The discussion gained fresh momentum after reports published by the New York Post and Page 6. According to critics, the details included in those reports appeared highly specific, leading to widespread speculation about where the information may have originated. Many royal watchers quickly focused on the source of the briefing, arguing that the story contained insights that seemed designed to shape public perception of the ongoing dispute. One part of the report that grabbed attention was the claim that there was little chance of a meeting between Prince Harry and Prince William. For many observers, that was hardly shocking news. The relationship between the brothers has been widely reported as strained for years, so the suggestion did not come as a major surprise to those following the royal story closely. What sparked even more discussion, however, were the details surrounding Harry's ongoing security dispute with the UK government.
Harry's in a position now where he's just trying to force his father's hand, and the king just cannot fall into that because, behind it, we have to understand, Dan, that Meghan is the one behind Harry making these demands. I think she's the one making it so complicated and difficult. And Harry is just falling into doing what Meghan tells him to do.
The report stated that the matter had not yet been fully resolved, despite hopes that the Home Office would approve taxpayer-funded armed security for Meghan and the children during UK visits. That claim immediately reignited debate, with supporters arguing that security remains a legitimate concern, while critics questioned whether it has become the central issue in a much larger royal conflict. As a result, the story once again pushed the security battle back into the spotlight, adding another dramatic chapter to a saga that continues to generate intense public interest and endless speculation. Critics argue that one of the biggest problems in this ongoing saga is the gap between expectations and reality. They point to reports that suggested Harry was confident progress would be made on the security issue, only for the situation to remain unresolved. According to these commentators, public optimism about the outcome may have arrived long before any final decision had actually been made, creating even more controversy when answers failed to materialize.
So it doesn't make sense. It lets me know that Harry is just trying to be complicated, whether or not he is, going to adhere to some things that Meghan wants or not. I think breaking from Meghan into really seeing what is important is what he needs to do at this point.
The reports also repeated claims that Harry is interested in repairing relationships within the royal family. That idea continues to divide opinion. Supporters see it as evidence that he wants to move forward, while critics question whether reconciliation is possible after years of public disagreements, interviews, and highly publicized disputes. The debate remains intense, with strong views on both sides. Another point that attracted attention was the claim that Harry was not present at the wedding of his cousin, Peter Phillips. Royal watchers immediately seized on that detail, viewing it as another sign of the distance that still exists between Harry and parts of the wider family circle. Whether symbolic or not, the absence quickly became part of the broader discussion surrounding his relationship with the royals.
And that means putting aside whatever it is your wife might be telling you, whatever it is that you might want, and thinking about the time that your children are missing out with a man, and the clock is ticking. And what are you going to do when the clock stops and your father is no longer here and your children have not seen him? These are the important things that Harry needs to talk about. This is what a mature man would think and look at.
The article also focused on Harry's hopes of bringing Meghan, Archie and Lilibet back to the UK at some stage. However, it stressed that no firm plans had been finalised and that immediate attention was centred on the upcoming Invictus-related event scheduled for July 10th. That detail reinforced the idea that several major questions remain unanswered, particularly regarding travel arrangements and security provisions. Reports further noted that Harry has not seen Prince William since Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. While speculation continues about communication between the brothers, many sources maintain that relations remain strained. That claim has fueled yet another round of headlines and online debate. The story also highlighted the fact that Archie left the UK at a very young age and that Lilibet has only visited the country on a limited basis.
Problem makers, Harry and Meghan, but I think he knows the things with Andrew and what's, happened and the things that have not been put out there in the public domain. So he's just protecting the monarchy in a way that I think secures.
According to reports, Harry would like the children to spend more time with family members in Britain and strengthen those connections. Supporters view that goal as understandable, while critics argue that practical solutions already exist if all sides are willing to work quietly behind the scenes. Finally, the article revisited Harry's long-running security battle. Reports referenced his public comments about losing a legal challenge related to UK security arrangements, an issue that remains one of the most controversial and closely watched parts of the entire royal dispute. Every new update seems to reignite the argument, keeping the drama alive and the spotlight firmly fixed on the ongoing standoff. Reports earlier this year added another twist to the ongoing security dispute. According to claims cited by the Daily Mail, government sources suggested that security arrangements for Harry were expected to be approved, and that the process was largely a formality. However, despite those reports, updates from the Home Office have remained unclear, leaving the issue surrounded by uncertainty and speculation. Representatives for the Sussexes were also approached for comment, according to the reporting. One of the biggest unanswered questions remains whether Harry will visit the UK with or without his family, and if he does, whether he will meet King Charles. Sources quoted in various reports have indicated that no meeting has been officially scheduled so far. That lack of confirmation has only added more intrigue to a story that already attracts enormous public attention. Another major talking point centers on claims that Harry believes his father could potentially influence the security decision. However, reports have repeatedly stated that security matters are handled through government processes rather than personal royal intervention. This distinction has become a key part of the debate, with many observers arguing that King Charles is unlikely to step into decisions that fall outside his constitutional role. Critics of Harry's approach say the continuing public discussion places pressure on a situation that has already been clearly defined by officials. They argue that the king has shown no interest in becoming involved in matters that are considered government responsibilities, and they view that stance as an effort to avoid controversy and maintain constitutional boundaries. Adding even more drama to the wider royal story is the ongoing conversation about the future of the monarchy itself. Prince William has often been associated with ideas about modernization and future change, leading many royal watchers to speculate about what the institution could look like when the next generation eventually takes the throne. That broader backdrop keeps every development in the Harry and Charles saga under an even brighter spotlight. Despite reports of a warm interaction between Prince William and Princess Beatrice at Peter Philip's wedding, royal insiders continue to speculate about what the future could look like for extended members of the royal family. While the public appearance suggested a friendly atmosphere, some commentators believe there are growing signs that William favors a more streamlined monarchy with fewer privileges and fewer special arrangements for non-working royals. According to those reports, discussions have emerged about whether certain royal benefits and long-standing perks could eventually be reduced or phased out. Supporters of that approach argue it would modernize the institution and make it more focused, while critics believe it could create tension within the wider royal family. Either way, the conversation has sparked plenty of debate among royal watchers. The focus then shifts to Prince Andrew, who remains linked to ongoing public controversy because of his past association with Jeffrey Epstein. Recent media reports highlighted testimony from Sarah Kellen, a former assistant to Epstein, who spoke to US authorities and congressional investigators about her experiences and interactions with people connected to Epstein's social circle. According to published reports, Kellen stated that she attended a dinner in Prince Andrew's private rooms at Buckingham Palace, and also attended Princess Beatrice's 18th birthday celebration. These claims were discussed during testimony before the US House Oversight Committee as part of broader inquiries into Epstein's network and connections. It is important to note that these are allegations and statements reported by media outlets and referenced during official proceedings. The claims have attracted significant attention because of the high-profile individuals involved and the continuing public interest in the wider Epstein story. As more details emerge through reporting and investigations, the topic continues to generate headlines and intense discussion, adding yet another layer of controversy to an already closely watched royal narrative. According to a transcript released by investigators, Sarah Kellen identified Prince Andrew and his former wife Sarah Ferguson as individuals she encountered within Jeffrey Epstein's social circle. In the testimony, she stated, "Prince Andrew was at the New York house. We also went to Andrew's private apartment at Buckingham Palace for dinner, and we were at Princess Beatrice's party at Windsor Castle." Those remarks quickly attracted attention because they involved well-known public figures and locations connected to the royal family. However, many commentators pointed out that several of the details mentioned in the testimony have been publicly discussed for years. Media reports and photographs linking Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell to high-profile individuals have long been part of the public record. Even so, the fact that these claims were referenced during testimony before a US congressional committee has brought renewed attention to the subject and generated another wave of headlines. For some royal observers, the significance is not necessarily that entirely new information emerged, but that the story continues to resurface through official proceedings, investigations, and media coverage. Each new report keeps the issue in the public eye and ensures ongoing scrutiny of past associations connected to the wider Epstein controversy. The discussion has also fueled debate about the future direction of the monarchy. Some commentators argue that controversies tied to previous generations of royals may influence decisions about how the institution evolves, moving forward. In that context, reports about Prince William's interest in a more streamlined monarchy have received even greater attention, with supporters claiming that a modernized structure could help the royal family distance itself from recurring controversies. At the same time, some observers note that family members who were not directly involved in these controversies can still find themselves pulled into public discussions simply because of their family connections. That reality continues to make the broader royal story both sensitive and highly debated, with every new development generating fresh reactions across the media landscape. Before we get back to the story, here's a quick word about online privacy and why more people are paying attention to where their personal information ends up. Data brokers and people search websites can collect and share information from multiple sources, making it surprisingly easy for personal details to appear online. That's where Incogni comes in. The service helps users request the removal of personal information from hundreds of data broker websites and private databases. According to the company, the process is independently verified by Deloitte, and the service continues following up on requests to help ensure data stays removed rather than quietly reappearing later. Getting started is designed to be straightforward. Users create an account, provide the information needed to locate exposed records, and grant Incogni permission to submit removal requests on their behalf. From there, the platform handles much of the work, tracking progress and pursuing sites that are slow to respond. One feature highlighted in the unlimited plan is custom removals. If users find their information on a specific web page, directory, or search result, they can submit the link through their dashboard. Incogni's privacy. Specialists then review and handle those requests directly, expanding beyond the standard automated removal process. The The goal is simple. Reduce the amount of personal information available online and make it harder for unwanted parties to locate sensitive details. For those concerned about privacy, data exposure, and future breaches, services like this aim to provide an extra layer of protection and peace of mind. Now, let's get back to the story. That's exactly why independent reporting remains so important. The goal is to bring you the facts, the latest developments, and the stories making headlines without outside pressure or special interests shaping the conversation. In today's media landscape, many viewers are looking for coverage that feels direct, transparent, and focused on the issues that matter most. Support from the audience plays a huge role in making that possible. Every view, share, and interaction helps independent platforms continue covering major stories, breaking developments, and controversial topics that people are talking about every day. For those who want to stay connected, free subscription options are available through the platform's website and other channels. The mission remains simple: deliver news, analysis, and commentary without unnecessary spin, while giving viewers the chance to hear perspectives that may not always get the same level of attention elsewhere. As the media world continues to evolve, audience support helps keep independent voices in the conversation. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future updates. Also, share this video with friends and family who are following the latest royal developments, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this situation can be resolved behind closed doors, or is more royal drama still on the way? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.